Now, Brian, you have your 3 questions to get us started here?
Yes, I surely do. What 2 months are named for men? What 2 months are named for men? That's question number 1. Question number 2, what is a turkey in bowling? What's a turkey
J.J. Jasper.
in bowling?
Oh, not Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm sorry.
No, Jim.
Okay.
Focus, Jim. Focus.
And third question, what did Floyd Rude drive across the United States of America?
What did Floyd Rude
Floyd Rude.
drive? I think he drove people away.
What did he drive? What did he drive across the United States
You didn't get that.
of America?
Did y'all get that?
We got it.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was pretty good.
Evidently, we didn't get it as good as you did.
There's a reason why JJ's doing that comedy concert tonight, not Tim. That's why
Tim.
he's still here. There's a reason for that.
Ding. So anyway, all right. What do you got here, Jim?
All right. During Israel's age of peace, prosperity, and prominence, who was king? During Israel's age of peace, prosperity, and prominence, who was king? Now,
I'd say the harder question would be, name a king when they were in rebellion.
Pretty long
That'd be a
list.
long list. Okay, what you got?
A lot of
told
right
me no-
answers
you
to
told
that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, you told me no paragraphs.
I know. Go ahead.
All right.
Question number 2
Question number 2.
from Jim.
From me. What was the first U.S. released Beatles album made up entirely of their compositions?
What now? Repeat that again, Jim. The Beatles album made up of
First
what?
U.S. released Beatles album made up entirely of their compositions.
Okay. Oh, I get the songs they wrote.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
got
that they
you.
covered,
All right.
I guess.
What do you
All
got?
right.
All right. And then last but not least, what became the Asian equivalent of the Iron Curtain?
What became the Asian equivalent of the Iron Curtain?
Yep.
All right, Jim. Thank you so much for those questions.
He sounds thrilled, doesn't he, Brian?
My 3 questions are these. Which is the biggest species of shark? The biggest species of shark. Okay, this is not easy. That's a harder than usual question. What's the biggest species of shark? Now, for you science and astrology fans, the Big Dipper, you know what the Big Dipper is?
Right.
Is
It's
part
Not my cereal spoon.
no, see, that was good too, Jim. And the Big Dipper is at Baskin Robbins. No, the Big Dipper is part of what? Something larger, something greater. What is the Big Dipper a part of?
What's the
Yeah.
part of?
All right, and also finally,
And I'm
what-
assuming that the universe would not be the correct
no,
answer to
that's
that,
right.
but
It's
okay.
narrower than the
Than the
universe.
universe.
Than the universe. And finally, what animal produces cashmere wool? Where do you get cashmere wool? Here we go. We're getting started with our listeners. So ask, answer, or both. Here we go. First of all, to Charles in Princeton, West Virginia. Hi, Charles. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, man. How are you folks today?
Good. Is weather nice there today in Princeton?
Well, we had a big snowfall last night, but it's virtually all gone today.
Wow. April snowfalls.
Yep, it was,
okay.
Does that
about
also
3
bring Mayflowers?
I hope so.
Hey, Jim's got plenty of those.
Once again, why JJ's doing the...
What do you got for us, Charles? Ask or answer, brother.
I'm going to try both. First of all, I want to say kudos, Tim, to your article in this month's AFA Journal regarding judge or not to be judged. That was quite thought-provoking. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. The theme of what Charles is talking about, I wrote about in the column, which you can get on the internet, the AFA Journal site, is that the favorite Bible verse of people who don't believe in the Bible is "Thou shalt not judge," and I go into that. But anyway, thanks for commenting on.
And also, I was hoping Ed would be there because his cover story about the Boy Scouts, the breaking of the Boy Scouts, is quite concise and clear.
Hey, folks, and you can go on the internet and read the AFA Journal for free.
AFAJournalOnline.net.
Yeah, it's great stuff there that our team produces. Anyway, go ahead. You want to ask or answer?
I'm going to try to answer one.
All right, go ahead and answer.
I'm thinking maybe the Beatles question. I'm going to guess.
Okay.
What's the question,
what was the first U.S. released Beatles album made up entirely of their compositions.
This is a shot in the dark, but I'm going to go Yellow Submarine.
No, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
I was gonna. Was that not? So it's
That
not.
was a song.
That wasn't an album.
That wasn't an album. That was a
Oh.
song.
Okay.
So we're looking for the album.
Gotcha.
I have
Okay.
two questions.
All
I
right.
have. You want a baseball question or do you want a golf question?
A baseball or golf?
Yeah.
We're
me.
starting baseball season here. Go with baseball.
All right. Who was the winningest left-handed pitcher of all time?
Nolan Ryan.
No, he's right, Jim.
He's
that's an
right-handed.
embarrassing.
Listen,
Jim.
that's
But you
okay.
said it
I
without.
didn't use Google.
Nolan Ryan was right-handed, my friend.
Now, could be...
It's either.
It's
It's
that
don't
screwball.
answer us. We're thinking out loud, Brian, between ourselves. Steve Carlton.
Steve Carlton's
It
first
could be
name came
Steve
to my
Carlton.
mind.
What's the guy that pitched for the Milwaukee
You got
Braves?
the- you
Walter
got your
Spahn.
Warren Spahn.
Warren
You got your
Spahn.
Warren Spahn. Now,
It's
Jim
one-
Cott, I think, won over 300 games, but I think
Wow.
He was
Steve
a reliever
Carlton-
later in his career. Let's go. We're going with
We're
Steve
going
Carlton.
Steve Carlton.
Warren Spahn.
Warren Spahn. See, I knew
That's
it.
who I was going to
So
say.
the only reason I missed that is Tim is my boss, and I deferred to
He
him.
deferred all the while thinking
shows
he's
you where
wrong.
that'll
It's,
get
it's
you.
Warren
Bet
Spahn.
you guys wish you had
Hey,
stuck with
is
Nolan
Steve-
Ryan
is-
now.
353 games, right? How many did you win?
I don't know.
But you just know he was the winningest.
That's what I was reading the other
And
day.
where did you get that information?
That's right. And Steve Carlton was probably right there, number 2. Anyway,
Have a blessed weekend.
all right, brother. You too, Charles. Thanks for calling, my friend. And moving right along, we go to Doug, and brother Doug's listening over in Sherwood, Arkansas. Hi, Doug.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
Doing very good. How are you?
All right, you ready to answer? Ask or
yeah.
both?
I'll do both.
All right, what do you want to answer?
I was going to try the largest shark. Is that a Nerf shark?
Which is the biggest species of shark? It is not a Nerf shark. Are you pulling our leg, Jim?
Talking about-
I'm struggling to remember
Doug.
the name.
Doug.
I know it's a shark that doesn't eat meat.
Yeah, but a Nerf shark, that's back from the 70s. You remember that? Those things? You had your Nerf basketball.
Oh.
You had your Nerf football.
I think he's talking about a nurse shark, like
Yeah.
like an RN.
Well, my
nurse.
mom used to get upset, not necessarily with the Nerf ball, which was harmless. It was the basketball goal that you put on the door that you dunked on.
Right.
With your Nerf basketball, that was what was when you're tearing up the door, that's the problem. But anyway, no, not the Nerf shark, but that's
Okay.
okay. What's your question for us?
A question for you. I was trying to get in last month because this is a St. Patty's Day question, but I could never get in. But anyway, what country did St. Patrick come from?
I'm going to say Ireland.
No, he went to Ireland. Didn't he come
I
from
think
Rome?
he came from England, from like what's now Great Britain, I think.
Or he could have come from Louisiana with a banjo on his knee. I'm thinking. But anyway, go
Doug,
ahead.
help us out.
Go ahead, Doug.
But we do know that he crossed the English Channel on a nurse shark. That
That's
much
right.
we do
There
know.
we go.
That's how he got there.
He was the son of some Roman nobles in, I think, in the London area, and he was captured by the Celtic slaves, by Celtic raiders, and made a slave. And he was a shepherd, and he was assigned to watching sheep, and that's how he was alone a lot, so he was able to plot his own escape. And then he went back to Rome and became a priest, and because he knew the language and the customs, the Pope, much against his will, sent him back to Ireland.
Wow, that's a movie.
Wow. But now notice that Brian and I both got partial credit for that, while Louisiana was not mentioned.
No, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about banjos in
Yeah,
that story either. So,
Yeah, I don't know if the banjo was invented by then or not, quite frankly. But
so if we're keeping score, Jim, do we actually take points away from Tim?
Yeah,
for
we
that
do. We're
answer?
about all even now.
well, remember,
Well,
as you said
actually, I'm
earlier,
way
Brian,
negative.
I am the boss, so we
sorry.
don't take points away from the boss, even if it's legitimate. You let the boss keep his
Oh,
points.
hold on.
And,
Let me call Alice and see if we can
okay.
get some backup.
Well, I have my boss too, so we all have our deals
Bosses.
here.
That's right.
Okay, Doug.
Very good. God
Thank
bless
you,
Have a
brother.
great
Thank you.
weekend.
You're listening to Trivia Friday on the American Family Radio Network. I am Tim Wildman, AFR.net, AFR.net. Jim Stanley's along with Brian Fisher, and we're playing trivia on Trivia Friday. We do this every week of this time of the day on AFR. We call it Learning University because we are changing America
One question at a time.
one question at a time. And that's our contribution to the intellectual decline that is America.
I was going to say, there was no
I was
way
going to say
do it.
intellectual something positive, and then I thought, no, we're on a decline here in this country. We have dumbed down to, so we're just trying to, help out there.
You know, my wife and daughter watch online from time to time,
Yeah.
and Abby tells me I don't smile enough. She has evidently not watched us on Trivia
Trivia
Friday.
Friday, yes. There's a lot of grinning going on. Our phone number is 888-589-8840. If you want to call in and ask your trivia question or answer one of ours. I'm Tim with Jim and Brian. Brian, please repeat your question, sir, if you would.
What did Floyd Roode drive across the United States?
Not Floyd the barber.
Not Floyd the barber. Floyd Roode.
Floyd Roode.
What is a turkey in bowling? And what 2 months are named for men?
A turkey in bowling, man. I thought I was familiar with bowling lingo. I've never heard that before. But
Well, what we will discover, Tim, is probably the reason that you're not familiar
It's
with
because-
the term is
Bowling
that
is
you,
in the game.
that you have never
Achieved.
You never achieved
I
this
understand.
particular thing.
I know where you're going
I
with that.
have.
There's a reason for a lack of
I got
familiarity.
you. I understand. Go ahead. What you got, Jim?
All right. What was the first U.S. released Beatles album made up entirely of their own songs? And then what became the Asian equivalent of the Iron Curtain? And then during Israel's age of peace, prosperity,
Yeah.
and prominence, who was king?
Okay, my questions are, what animal produces cashmere wool?
I want to know that.
Okay, and number 2 is, which is the biggest species of shark? And it's not the Nerf shark. That's been guessed. I didn't know there was such a thing as a Nerf shark, but
You know, Jim, I think Tim wanted to be Marlon Perkins growing up. Every time I'm on this program, it's
He has some
animal
animal.
questions. It's animal
Marlon
questions.
sent out Jim to wrestle the the anacondas. So
Yeah,
Jim,
Jim's
you're my
not
Jim.
It's all coming together.
We're
now.
going to watch from the truck here as Jim tackles the rhino.
He's up there in
That's
the
right.
helicopter.
Yeah.
He's down there
Jim-
wrestling the crocodile.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I do.
I used to love Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom now. Which is the biggest species of shark? And finally, the Big Dipper is part of what? Something larger in astrology. As in astronomy.
Astronomy.
Astronomy, rather. Astrology is horoscope stuff,
Yes.
right? Astronomy. The Big Dipper is part of something larger. Not the universe, but something else that's smaller than the universe.
If that question hangs around a while,
Yeah.
I have another. If you thought Nolan Ryan was ignorant,
Yeah.
wait till you hear my question on that
Well,
one.
the way you just blurted out Nolan Ryan.
I was so
You
sure.
were so sure, and Nolan Ryan was a right-hander. That was my
Yeah.
only thing.
No, I get that.
Yeah, okay. But you didn't get it at the time.
No, I didn't.
No, but now you get
Now I
that.
do.
Yeah. Big difference between a right-handed pitcher and a
Well,
left-handed
see,
pitcher.
Jim got confused because when he watches baseball on TV, he watches it in a mirror.
That's right.
And so he got himself all
you know,
confused.
and,
wow.
and
So-
Nolan was my hero.
Yeah, and he was,
No,
if
so
you're
you just
watching him
said,
in a
yeah.
mirror, he's throwing
Wow.
left-handed.
right.
Well,
So
we
I can
lost a
understand.
caller there, so because y'all were yakking. Michael,
Yeah, it's all
you know,
us, boss. That's
Michael, I don't yak. I contribute. Michael in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Hi, Michael.
Hi there.
How you doing, my friend?
Very well.
Did you
Hey,
want to?
ask? Go ahead, Jim.
Did you
do
want to
the honors.
ask, answer, or both?
Oh, I'll do both.
All right. Which question did you want to answer?
The first one you put out, 2 months.
Yeah, the 2 months. What 2 months on the calendar are named for men? And your answer?
That would be July and August, and they were named for Julius and Augustus Caesar.
Yes, Julius Caesar
All right.
and Augustus Caesar.
Nicely done.
Very
So,
good.
so is that a Roman calendar?
Yeah, you know, like January's named for the Roman god Janus. He was the two-faced god. I don't know about all the other ones. I know March was named after the Roman god of war, Mars, and it just
So the
goes on
names
from
for
there.
the months are named after. Well, it's a Roman calendar. Sounds
Yeah,
like
well,
to
and
me.
September is like that's the Roman numeral 7. October's the Roman number 8. November's the Roman number 9. They got all messed
October
up there.
8.
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
it's the 10th month, so they got all confused. And they threw July and August. I think they're in the middle there, and that got them off on their numbering deal.
Yeah, but good answer, Michael. Very well. July and August. Okay, what do you want to ask?
I'll follow up with the St. Patrick theme. What two symbols make up St. Patrick's cross, also known as a Celtic cross?
What two symbols?
Well, one of them probably would be
Larry Bird.
That's
No?
and a parquet floor.
Yeah.
No, I bet
Celtics.
one of them would be the clover, because he used a 3-leaf clover, and it's got kind of the rounded prongs on the
well,
cross.
and then is it a circle?
I don't know. Maybe it's a shepherd's staff.
Is Brian right about the clover?
No.
Okay. We don't know,
No.
Michael. What? Give us the question again.
Is it going to help?
I forgot the question. No, but it
Two
sounds
symbols.
smarter, Jim. Just to say, repeat the question, please.
Sorry, I'll hush.
Go ahead.
The two symbols that make up St. Patrick's cross, or also known as a Celtic cross.
All right. What's the answer?
The answer is the sun, and placed in front of it is the cross, and they put the two together because in Ireland the pagans worship the sun, so they placed the two together to bring in the pagans.
And they put the cross in front to indicate its superiority to the sun as an object of worship. Was that part of it?
I don't know why it was placed the way it was, but those
right.
were the two symbols.
Thanks, Michael. Very good question, brother.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Hey, we got to take a break right here. Pagans were actually worshipers of what, nature? Is that the origination? And planets and all kind of stuff?
Yeah, Druids, I think, in
Druids,
Ireland,
yeah.
they worship nature,
You
spirits.
call somebody a
and stuff like that.
pagan, you're basically calling them an unbeliever. I mean, that's so it's sort of morphed into am I right? That's
Yeah, almost
the-
as a synonym for atheist, but the pagans
Yeah.
actually did
The
have
pagans,
objects that
Right,
they worship.
they worship.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just
So to call,
Yeah.
so there's no such thing as a pagan atheist, right? That's an
oxymoron.
Wonder who invented the word oxymoron.
Well, you know, they used to, the Romans in the early days of the church, they called us atheists because we did not believe in the Roman gods. So we were atheists because we didn't
Trivia
believe
Friday
in their gods.
continues on
Wow.
American Family Radio.
We shall return
right after
momentarily.
this.
More learning coming your way.